What's up, Beast? This is Donnie Tudor with Beast Athletes. Today I'm working with my assistant, Sierra. She's getting her little ear rub in. She's been doing so good, giving her a little treat. Anyways, we're gonna go through seated dips today. We're gonna work on an actual seated dip machine. There's a couple things that we're gonna do specifically with this, a couple hand placement things, and a couple safe ways to get into the machine correctly. So, it's not just for short human beings. I actually like to enter like this too. So Sierra, go ahead, stand up. Sierra's going to get in place. She's gonna put her hands where she needs them to be. And go ahead and sit. Push your butt back into it. Let your feet go out a little bit in front of you. Bring them in so you can move correctly. All right, now we're gonna go through the movement. Up. Good. Higher. Good. Get a full range of motion. Okay, so how Sierra is sat here. She's sat flat backed against this thing. Her butt's pressed in. Her upper body's pressed in. Her whole back is pressed flat against this. Now that's gonna shorten up your range of motion, but it's really gonna isolate your tricep engagement on it, okay? So one of the things that I like to do to get a little bit better range of motion, you get the same tricep engagement in, but through a better range of motion, is we're gonna push our butt in hard, we're gonna lean forward a little bit. Lock out your arms. Okay, now come on up. And maintain that position. I don't want you moving back and forth. Go through 5. Good. Good, and up. Now, if it's getting to the point where every time you press, you're starting to feel a contraction in your pec or in your deltoid, that's not what you want. This is a very specific tricep movement. It's great, like yes, you can feel it in your pecs a little bit, especially the further that you lean forward, but if you're trying to isolate just your triceps, find that position, focus on flexing the whole time through it, and then get a full range of motion on it. If you have other things coming in and you're not intending to activate your pecs, you're actually at risk to give a nice little, everyone's favorite pec minor pull. And those are very nagging injuries, so we won't want to put something like that into your deck of cards on a movement like this. So, lean a little bit more forward, get a better contraction. Where do you feel, though, being built differently than me, where do you feel your chest start to come into the movement? When you sit up more or when you sit forward?
It's not so my chest. The further I go in or out, it's more my shoulders.
So you feel it more in your, okay, so you feel it more in your deltoid when you lean more forward. So go ahead and go through this again. Go ahead, load correctly.
You want me forward or back?
Forward. Now I want you to strictly try and engage your triceps. Now flex the whole time, up, down. Do you feel anything through there?
My tricep?
In your deltoid. Okay, you still feel that. Okay, so go ahead and sit up a little bit more. Go ahead, try it again. Just triceps, or do you feel it in your deltoids again?
A little in the shoulder.
Okay, not as much. Go all the way up. Strictly tricep, but a really poor range of motion. So try and come up a little bit higher. Improve your range of motion here. That's about as high up as you can go. So yes, there are certain rules. Like if you're sacrificing your structural integrity of the movement to get better range of motion, you're not in the right position. So lean a little bit forward. Focus on the muscles that you're trying to have work, and that'll benefit you greatly. But there's so many different ways to do this. Don't just take our word for it. Take our coaching, try it out a little bit on your own, give us some feedback, we'll give you some feedback. That's what's gonna make you successful in the weight room. That's what's gonna make you successful in life in general. When you give and receive feedback and you do everything you can with it. So, a couple different ways to do it, a couple different high-level athletes telling you what they like and what has worked for them. So take it for what it's worth, run with it, but remember, this is not the only way to do it. This is just how we like to do it, or I like to do it and she likes to do it. 2 different opinions there. Make it your own. Make it fun and get after it. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Talk to you soon.